If you have seen Who Are the D Bros, then yeah, I said that I might do a video on how Dan reading a story I wrote at school called How I Got My Demogorgon, which is basically the story of how I got Dan. So if you can't remember from that video, this is Dan, my pet Demogorgon. It talks more about what he looks like and abilities and stuff in Who Are the D Bros. Here I'm just reading like how the story. Yeah, it is 5 Microsoft Word pages long. I'm reading. I have my tablet right here. It is I have Microsoft Word on here. So I'm just reading off of here. Right, how I got my Demogorgon. I wanted Demogorgon as a pet, so here I am at Rocky's Resort on October 16th, which is actually my half birthday. So last October 16th. So at this day that this is taking place, I turned exactly 12 and a half. So here I am at Rocky's Resort on October 16th, 2022, getting ready to go into the woods to find one. I gather my tools, my dog, before deciding not to take my dog. Remember, my dog is Bodie, not Kitty. That's Ray's dog. He's outside right now. Can you see him? He's there. No, he's not the window. Before deciding not to take my dog, but took armor. I dressed up in my usual outfit. I dress up in my usual Ocean Emperor outfit. 2 small red octopus tentacles covering my mouth. Blue robe and hood with actual gold embedded in it, and turtle shell helmet. Soon enough, I'm off. I enter the forest. Sword in hand. I need to find a Demogorgon. How do I start? I see a long trail of blood going deeper into the forest. I guess I should follow it to see where it leads. I follow the 6-meter long trail of blood and get caught in a net made of snake skeletons. Wait, they're not snakes, they're sea serpents. Well, what do we have here? The ruler of the Ocean Empire. What a surprise, says the Serpent King, smiling deeply with all 3 of his snake-like heads. He looks like a human-sized green snake with 2 human-like arms with sharp claws and has 3 small snake heads, like where his head would be. I think I might draw him later, and I'll probably also do a video on who is he. We've got him, the Serpent King yells loudly. I don't think he was talking to me. Suddenly, the drowned lord comes out of the bushes. He looks like a zombie with torn brown pants, a turtle shell helmet, and a torn black cape. I'll also do a video on him later. I might draw him, maybe not. We do, says the drowned lord, smiling. While the drowned lord congratulates the Serpent King on capturing me, I turn into water to get out of the net, then turn back into a human to run away from them. I get away and continue my search for a Demogorgon. Soon I hear a bunch of screams from close by. It's kind of dark now, so the Demogorgon should be on the hunt. I go to the source of the screams and find a small campsite in a clearing. It looks ruined. Clearly something was here. I see no bodies, just lots of wrecked camp supplies. I go into the tent and find nothing useful, at least not to me. I'll leave the tent and get ambushed by my nemesis and his pet. The Drowned Lord tries to impale me with a trident, but I deflect it with my sword, the Sword of the Sea, which I will also do a video on. I made it out of cardboard, actually. The Sword of the Sea. Throwing the Drowned Lord off balance. He falls to the ground, making all his limbs fall off. So, like, his arms, legs, maybe head, they just fell off. It'll take a while for him to reconnect them. So, like, he can tear his arm off and then just reconnect it as though it was never torn off in the first place. I lunge at the Serpent King and give him a big cut across his stomach with the Sword of the Sea. He falls back after he's struck by the summoned lightning bolt, but quickly gets up. "'Tis but a scratch," the Serpent King says, but he's taken into the forest, gone in the blink of an eye. The Drowned Lord gets up gets up from the ground right beside me. He wasn't paying attention to what just happened. He was busy reconnecting his limbs. "Where's the Serpent King?" says the drowned lord. I just snap his neck, just casually snapping his neck. The drowned lord quickly corrects his head and says, "You shall perish, Ocean Emperor," in his ancient raspy voice. He impales me with the trident, but right before it touches me, I turn into water. I move out of the trident, then reform. I summon a golden sword and throw it at the drowned lord. It impales where his heart would have been if he had one. The drowned lord screams in pain and yells, "It burns! It burns!" Which is actually a line I might put in every single one of my stories. It burns! It burns! And all. I might do that in every single one of my stories. Okay, at the top of his so he screams that at the top of his non-existent lungs. Gold burns the drowned lord. It's his only weakness. I turned to see where the Serpent King was before he was suddenly dragged off into the forest. I follow the drag marks, and soon enough, I see the Serpent King trying not to get eaten by a Demogorgon. The Serpent King continuously dodges its mouth as it tries to devour all three of his heads. I do the unthinkable. I pick up a rock, throw it at the Demogorgon, and save the Serpent King. The Demogorgon turns around and starts chasing me. I run as fast as I can, even though I'm kind of slow. I seem to actually be outrunning it. That's a surprise. I'm running out of breath. The Demogorgon is catching up to me. The second before it touches me, I'm a puddle. Walks right through me, and now that it's wet, the water quickly sinks through its skin, and I change its very DNA. The Demogorgon is now has undying loyalty to me and me only. Oh, I'm kind of thirsty. Now that it's on my side, I take a good look at my new pet. This Demogorgon looks different. It's larger than any other of its kind I've seen. And its skin color is almost black and looks kind of charred. Like charred as burnt. Like black. It's burnt to almost a crisp. My new pet Demogorgon needs a name. How about Dan? Dan the Demogorgon. Yes, that'll do. I'm actually he's actually quite known about at school. Yes, that'll do. I say to Dan, "It's a spooky month!" And me and Dan do the spooky dance for about an hour straight. So the spooky dance from Spooky Month, about an hour straight together. It's until I get dehydrated. We head back to Rocky's resort, but on the way, we hear something odd. Sounds like a distant sirening. Only now it's not so distant. It keeps getting louder and louder. "Siren Head!" I yelled. It was him. That abomination was basically right on top of us. I see him coming for us through the trees. "Run!" I yell. Dan and I run for our lives. We run and run and run some more. As I was getting tired, I used my powers to refresh my energy. Siren Head is slowly gaining on us. We are basically dead. If you want me to describe what Siren Head looks like, no. Go watch a different video after this one. He's spooky. I say to Dan in between breaths, "If I'm going down, I'm going down fighting." I turn around, whack Siren Head in the big toe with the Sword of the Sea, and continue running. The sword does almost nothing, but the lightning does, because the Sword of the Sea summons lightning. The lightning that my sword summoned struck Siren Head, causing him to fall over. He gets up, gets his neck snapped, and I transform into a Demogorgon and eat him with a Dan. Yes, right. Okay, I transform into a Demogorgon. So, there's two of us feasting all upon Siren Head. That's actually quite an adventure, yeah. And then I turn back into a human and say, "It's a spooky month!" While me and Dan do the spooky dance, we sail through the air victorious. The power of the spooky month grants us flight. Ooh, we should do reacting to our own videos later, actually. I got a pet Demogorgon and ate Siren Head. My goodness, what a day. I should have brought some of my friends with me, like the Chaos Dragon, Endy, or the Snake Dragon. Maybe even my kids. I should do a video on all of these guys later, eventually. I really need to tell them about this chaotic adventure. I'm back at Rockets with my new pet, Bodhi, my dog. You guys should know her. She's our dog. She's first introduced and more introduction, our second video. Yeah, Bodhi, my dog, is happy to see me after I nearly died multiple times. I pet her a bunch before introducing her to Dan the Demogorgon. I've completed my goal for the day. I can conquer anything. Oh no, sorry, that was just Slaughter, my symbiote. Sorry, okay. Anyway, yeah, the end. Like Subscribio. If I should play Fortnite, please go watch the short, because 15 views. Because if it gets 15 views, at least 15 views by Sunday, or 5 or more likes by Sunday, then I'll download it and do some videos. Anyway, yeah. So I did that for school with the power of Microsoft Word. Anyway, yeah, like, subscribe, yeah. Bye. Yeah, bye.